Well, looky there. What do you see? Treasure chest, doesn't it? Now, a lot of times barns kind of intrigue people because we've all heard that term, barn find. Well, it just so happens I've made myself a pretty good deal. I've got 6 of them. Y'all want to see this unique, I guess you could say, collection of goodies that we've kind of might put our hands on? Let's go for a little old journey. Y'all gonna want to see this. Come on. Come on. Now, you may be a little concerned whenever you say barn find and you see one covered up. Well, these things have been in here for 20, 30 plus years. And the guy who stuffed them off in here tried to protect what he had because the cars themselves are in pretty good shape. They just are covered in funk. Now, this first one for you Chevy guys, you can probably tell what this thing is, at least the year and the make of it. This little frowny face right there will tell you exactly what it is. But, what the heck, we can go ahead and uncover this particular one. This particular car is really kind of the prettier one of the bunch in a way. And these things, it's a full-figured car, so you know I'm all about it. Even the car with a cover on it. Like, that's one of the things. I don't want no hate mail. If you look at this cover, even the cover is covered in funk. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, a couple critters. We might find 1 or 2 of them. Now, I'm really curious what's under the hood of this thing. Could be a 6-cylinder, could be a 283, could be a big old 327. Well, that's kind of cool. Little license plate on the front of here. Vacation getaway with Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Let's pop a hood. I bet it's gonna make a noise. What? Made a liar out of me. Looks like a 283. It's an automatic because it only has 1 shifter lever. So I want to see if the motor's locked up. Nope, it turns. That's a good sign. Sweet. Pretty sweet. It's gonna be a 2-barrel. Yep, little baby 2-barrel. This thing's pretty nice. Now, goal with all 6 of these cars is we want to get them cleaned up, back running, and back on the road. And it's not going to be that horrible, but it isn't going to be just a walk in the park either. It's going to require some parts. Check out that cool mirror. That ain't what this car's supposed to have. That's an old Pete mirror. You notice it clamps to the post here. This car's supposed to have a mirror right there. This car is actually, it's like a Bel Air. It's a cheap one. It has been painted though. You can see there's overspray on that weather strip. Check out the mildew on the door. Well, that's kind of awesome. That is not a scratch and sniff thing you want to do. Whew, it's kind of musky. Kind of smells like your grandma's house. See look at that though, guys. That's a factory seat cover. It's got 1 split in it, but for something out of the 60s, this thing's in really nice shape. This is the cheaper car too. You can tell this thing's supposed to have like a bigger bezel in it if it was an Impala, but it being a Bel Air car, it only has a single piece up here. Yeah. Man, I've drove a bunch of miles in a car similar to this thing. My first car was a 63 Impala 2-door hardtop. Yeah. Looking at that dash, it's the same pretty much. Whoo, I've looked across that thing for a long time. The emblem in that thing's in really nice shape. That's original. It's not cracked. Chrome's a little pitted, but that thing would clean up. Yes, sir. This is a pretty sweet old car. What's neat too is the door hinges don't make funny noises. Well, when I closed it, it just did. Usually, y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a magazine in here. Doctor's little known secret. Fall of 2005. That don't seem like a long time ago, but that was 20 years ago. I know I'm that guy that's like, 20, 25, shit, that wasn't that long ago. Yeah, I'm an old dude. Yeah, I'm an old dude. Man, it's a neat old ride. Neat old ride. Well, let's go further, see what this next one is. Now from back here, looking at it, obviously it's a Studebaker. In this era, they made that bullet nose stud. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh man, it's another crew cab, 4-door. This one's pretty neat though in this era, because the rear doors are suicide. Dang, the interior in this one's pretty sweet. They're all covered in funk. Man, that stinks. That one's very pungent. Smells like a mouse hotel inside of that thing. Car ain't beat up none. It's covered in dust, of course. I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, because there's always some kind of critter hanging out, waiting for you to say hello. Now this old car cover, as you can see, is pretty nasty, pretty deteriorated, because it rips up so easily. So we just gonna pull her back. If y'all see me hightail it out of here, is because I don't either want to get stung, bit, that kind of thing. Ooh, that one's moist. We're gonna have to pop the hood. That's pretty cool. Look at that old emblem. Studebakers were kind of one of those cars that people talk about. They were ahead of their time. Now, the grill of this thing will tell you what year it is. And I think that's like a 50, 51. Granted, this one's not horrible. They make a far less appealing front end on one of these. But it's still an old Studebaker. They kind of have their own personality, if you will. I didn't say it was super well liked. I'm just saying it was unique. Let's see if we can get that heavy car cover back. Now look at that. Look at the reveal on the hood of that thing. It's got that single, like, sharp fin. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's coming up. Man, check out that kind of power. And a hood prop. Good gracious. I have to say, I would not have guessed this thing having a hood pop. Now it's a 6-cylinder, flathead. Battery's long gone. The wiring, questionable. One thing thought I heard a bee. One thing that is kind of bad about these cars is the wiring. They're wrapped in fabric. And let's just say you get too excited with them, you can let all the smoke out of this thing, and next thing you know, poof, fireball. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I wonder if there's any antifreeze in this thing. Dry as a bone, which that ain't that big a deal. Could mean the radiator's just leaking, water pump shot, that kind of thing. But everything's here. Factory air cleaner, that's pretty neat. It's got the vacuum wipers on it. You Tri-5 Chevy guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it kind of looks like somebody just drove this old car in here, shut it off, pulled the battery out of it, went on about their business. That's awesome. That's what you want to see. That crankshaft wiggling just a bit. But in all reality, This thing is kind of like a glorified tractor back in the day. They probably used oil, and by probably, that means they just did. This might be my favorite so far. Well, got some more to look at. Ain't no need to cover that thing up. Now, just my curiosity was piqued of what actual year this thing is. It's not a 50. So far, so I was wrong. Wasn't a 48, wasn't a 49. Because 450 and 51 was the bullet nose. 52 maybe? Yeah, it's a 52. Well, we're getting newer. That means it's a lot less miles, I'm sure. No, I wonder if 53 is the same. No, 53, they totally changed the car. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, well, that's all good though. Learn something. That's what this whole journey is a learning experience. Yeah. Now this one here is a peach. This was probably the rarest, most expensive car. Not at all, not at all. From just the look of it, it's like a 4950, but I've been wrong before on years. Not too long ago. Plymouth. This is a cool old hood. The hood's off of a T-Bird. We might have to take that with us too. Dang, that thing been sitting there in the dirt. It's not even that rusty. But what is neat about this hood, let's flip it on over, is that piece. I've seen guys cut these things out and put on something else for that cool looking scoop on the front. I bet there's some more goodies up in here. We may have to do a little investigating. Need a bag of sand. I'm out. Oh, what's that? I guess Mustang. There's all kind of cool little trinkets laying around. Hopefully there's no critter in here. Is it white wall? Negative. Look at this dude. Got the old remnants of some wax. Somebody shined her up before it brought it in here. Oh, oh. 1950 for $4,000. They were trying to sell it at one point. Well, it's not for sale anymore. No, sir. And look at that. It's a special deluxe. And this is a two-door. Heck yeah, it's sportier. Let's get back to under the hood though. I bet it's got some form of a six-banger. Man, look at that hood emblem. Stuff like that complements their personality. Those cars of the, let's say 80s and 90s and 2000s and stuff, a lot of times they're just like a disposable appliance because they're just bland. You got a lot going on for them. Thing's still pretty nice under here too. Battery's long gone. Flathead, sixer. Still got all the stuff to it. Like this one too looks like it was driven in here and just kind of shut off. Factory air cleaner still there. That's one of them old oil baths. It's kind of neat just to stop for a minute and look at these old kind of cars. The wiring in this is a whole lot better shape. You can see that fabric that I was talking about. This one's not all frayed, that kind of thing. That Studebaker is almost like a fireball waiting to happen. There's a fuel brake line. Yeah, brake line, I guess. That's weird. The brake line goes inside the car. Made in the USA. You don't see that a whole lot. Well, you know, good news about that one is there's no tariffs on this car. Well, let's see. Well, let's not get all political and all you guys get in an uproar. Next thing you know, comment section's blowing up. People are all worked up, ticked off, telling me how they feel about things and all that good jazz. What about the interior? This one looks, that's pretty neat too. This door handle spins, not pulls. Look at that. That's kind of cute. Just flip her right up, get your key in there. Ooh. Y'all know what that's from. I hate to see what that other car looked like. Woo-wee. Man, interior in this one's nice. Really nice. Headliner's nice and tight. This one don't even really stink. It's a little musky. No, it's a lot musky. I was just fooling with you fellas. I wonder what that is. Kind of scared to touch it. I think that's a Lions Club. It is. That's a Lions Club. Shoot ya. Ooh. That one's old. It's all like velvety. The car's really nice. Faux wood on it. Steering wheel's not cracked up. Glass is in pretty good shape. It's not all smoked up and broken. Keys are still in it. Whoa, check that out. That's pretty cool. This is somebody's pride and joy. And all the keys. We ought to see if we can get in the trunk on this one. May not be locked. Nope. Nice and slow. The spare tire is brand new. Still has the ribs on it. That thing's never been on the ground. The jack, oh, I gotta see under here. Now this is one of the things that will tell you oftentimes the condition of a car. And that is what the trunk pan looks like. This is the original mat. You can see how it's all hemmed out. Look at that right there. That dude is nice. Original paint, all that splatter crap in there. Sticking this old car in the barn did it a whole lot of favors, as far as saving it, if you will. I know this car's not worth a whole lot because of being what it is. You know, it makes like 70 horsepower, probably has a top speed of like 65 miles an hour. But what is good about these cars is they're pretty simple. They don't cost a whole lot of money. And they're an excellent conversation piece. Excellent. You wanting something to kind of try your hand at? Buy you one of these old things. We're going to get this one back running, back on the road. It ain't going to win any races, but it's going to be something to talk about. Can't wait to see that one shined up. Yes, sir. These old barns are kind of neat. You never know what you're going to find. Like right here, the giant rear bumper. Last time it was tagged was 19. Heck, I'm going to dig that dude out. This type of stuff right here is where you find them good critters. And again, buy high, tell it out. Y'all welcome to stay. You're welcome to go too. It's kind of neat how they're all stamped in there. Guy said, I ain't letting that bumper go. We're going to keep it. We use it on something else. Not sure if y'all know this or not, but I've got an engineering degree. And I think we'll be fine. We should go up there. Yeah, we're going to go upstairs, see what we can find. There we go. Perfect place. Put this in there. Let's see where we're going. Oh yeah. Keeping my head on a swivel, not because I'm nervous. Just trying not to get bit, and never know what kind of cool stuff you'll find. Space heater if you needed 6. Now we get to go upstairs. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. I mean, the nails are almost holding everything. Oh God. Yeah, you just look at it. I mean, it's not like any of them boards are bending, but there's car parts everywhere. You gotta look at car parts. So, fender for a 57 Chevrolet. Ooh, that is some impressive body work right there. Walking funny. I'm trying not to cause any commotion. I'd like to have that spare. That's one of them space savers. Scared to get over there to get it though. Here's some bucket seats to that T-Bird we just saw. These things are worth a little bit of money. This is often used in the hot rod world because of the decorativeness of them. These things have that chrome trim going all the way around them. They look fancy. One of the things you can tell by looking at these, this one's the driver's side because when you open the door, you'd see the trim. Here on this side, it doesn't have it because it'd be on the inside of the car. People save this stuff for a reason. You think about it. Y'all seen climbing up just then. There's fenders, doors, big chunks of metal, seats. That isn't easy to get up here. But it meant something to them to go through all that effort, put it up here to save it, to get it out of the way, I'm sure. But they were going to end up using it again. I was thinking about it. I don't know if I want to get it down or not. We probably will, though. I've seen this before. Seen this in one of them cartoon movies that they did away with. I wonder if that's a sign or just an old piece of barn tin. Maybe just a piece of metal with somebody cut it off there. Yeah, nothing on the top. No, just a piece of metal. I was hoping that was a sign. That stuff stinks. Well, don't look like there's anything else up here worth dying over. Guess we try to make our way downstairs. Let's see here. Well, they all can't be 11s, and they all can't be in the barn. Moving on to car number 4. Now, obviously, this one is sitting kind of like in a glorified carport, but you can tell by the condition of the cover that it's kind of been sitting here for a minute as well. Now, this one is another full-figured car. And I know not everybody likes them old biggins, but I'm kind of a fan of them. Now, they have took extra care to make sure this car is, you know, hasn't been harmed. You can tell they went the extra mile with some towel sitting on the cart and the metal tricycle. Oh, the spider web. Oh, I hate that. Oh. Look at that. Can you guys ever rode one of these? The little dingers gone. Oh man. Man, check out that, man. Still ain't needed an alignment. Mm-hmm. Still good though. Good for another 100,000. You guys excited to see this thing? Oh, we got more safety devices. Look at that. This thing is a trifecta of bungee cords. Oh. Look at this thing. What is that? 67? 68? I want to see this in fully uncovered. American flag sticker. A few pimples under the top. Optional chrome stick on. That's not factory. It's got a little bit of rust in it. It's not horrible. What do you think about under the hood of this thing? You think it's got a big block? Don't see any badging. Oh, here it is. 327. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Let's hope for 4-barrel with a set of those iconic double hump heads. Check out the hot pink license plate. That was a big deal back in the day. I remember my old man got me a fancy jacket that said that. Oop, just like a new one. Hoo-wee, she been here a minute. Been here a minute. Now I want to look at the heads. It does have double hump heads on it. Yes, sir. And it is a 4-barrel. That's all right. It's probably like, I don't know, 275, 300 horse. Double alternator brackets to hold all that power. I don't know if that's factory or not. Wouldn't think so. But still, step back and look at this thing. Notice how stock everything is. Windshield washer hasn't been really monkeyed with. Still has the hot air tube feeding the air cleaner. Factory style oil cap. The original decal on the valve cover. Compressor's not locked up. That thing spins. I'd almost bet you if we crank this car up, the air will still blow cold in this thing. Yeah, let's see if there's any antifreeze in this car. Nah, it's dry as a bone too. It's all good. It's got the factory hose clamp on that side. Clutch, fan. Spin this one be a little different. Power brakes. Twin master cylinders. Probably disc brakes, I bet you. This old car might even have a 12 bolt under it. You can still see through the motor oil. Maybe hard for you guys to see it, but it's translucent. Normally when you get one that's old and nasty, it's black. Just smells like oil. Don't smell like gas or nothing like that. And from the price of what this one was so long ago, this thing was in nice working order. Yep, nice working order. This old beauty right here won't take a whole lot to get all spiffed back up, ready so we can enjoy her again. This, back in the day, riding in a car like this, yep, kind of made you feel good. Slightly mildewed, seats in exceptional shape, not a tear in it. The aroma, very pungent, smells a lot like a mouse septic tank. Yep. Golly, this one does stink. Whew. Let's check this one out. 68, 4-door hardtop, one owner, $5,000. Today, it could be yours. Now the mileage on this one shows to be 21,075. I ain't gonna lie, you look at the brake pedal pad on this thing, it don't have any wear on it. It's the original carpet in it. That's worn right here. I don't know if that would be that way. There's other signs. Steering wheel's cracked, that could be from the temperature changing in the car. Seat's not broke, that's a good sign. Wear on the armrest, it's not really bad. Door panel's nice. Needs a little bit of TLC. It's got that double hump head 327 in it. It's got the 3-speed automatic, so it's 350 turbo or 400. We can check that out by looking under the car. It's gonna need a heck of a trucker bath, a polishing, some new tires, TLC, shoot, maybe an oil change. We'll be riding again real soon. Looking at the condition of the tires, we definitely gonna need them. We've got 1.5 of them aired up. Seriously, that's a half. That one's slap gone. Look at that. Look how rough that tire is. You can basically see the air inside of it. I also want to look to see if this thing does have it 10 or 12. It's got a 10 bolt in it. Well, you can tell that. So if you look at them on that differential cover, there's one bolt in the center. That'll tell you it's a 10 bolt. If there's 2 bolts at the very bottom, that's a 12. Now let's look at the other 2, last 2. Look at that. Ain't she something? Now from your angle you're at, what is this thing? Other than a big pile of car cover. Now, from the corners here, they're very square, and there's a giant hood emblem right there. So it could be an Imperial, or it could be like a Lincoln. You can tell it's very square. From the roof line back here, it looks later, don't it? Also, look how long this thing is. Like there's 7 feet from the windshield to the hood ornament. But I guess that's enough jawing. Let's get this thing off of here. Not gonna lie, I'm not excited about this. I'm afraid I'm gonna get spider bit. But it's all for the right reasons, right? Yep. Holy cow, look at the size of that one. Look at that dude right there. He's like, what are you doing? How do you know if they are a brown recluse? Do y'all know? They said something about a fiddle. I don't know. Holy cow. I'm out of here, bro. Got a ride. Got a hot date with a black widow. What's up? Now we got to get this off of here. Man up, sissy boy. Just get the cover off of there. Whoop, I cussed. You're going to have to bleep that out. This is a G-rated children's show. Look at that spider. He's running in circles. There was a spider that was harmed in the making of this film. All right, here we go. We're going to pull her back. You guys get to see this beauty. Look at that. Y'all don't judge me because I'm flipping this up all weekly like. 2-door, we've got a 2-door. Son, almost a Continental kit because it's a Continental. Yes, sir. Let's see what year it is. 1977. Son, this thing is large and in charge. I'm curious on this one. Holy cow, there's snake skin with the rat nest. So apparently, them two got into an argument. One lived and one didn't, or they both died. Maybe he sat there and ate so good. Then it's like, oh, I might be here a minute. And then he's like, whew. It's like unloosening your belt. He just shed his skin, got the heck out of Dodge. Man, that just sounds so nice. That's what luxury cars are. Ooh, crushed velour. Oh, that just feels nice. It's almost soft. Who says almost? It's really soft. The dash has got some faux wood on it. Yeah, it does. The mileage is 25-ish. There's an 8-track in this thing. We have to see what that 8-track is. Gots to. Notice when it said 8-track, all of a sudden it's like, get out of my way. We're gonna see what this 8-track is. You think it's gonna be like John Denver? Or is it gonna be something like Credence? Be Conway Twitty. That's what it'll be. Car like this. Let's see here. Rod Stewart. Look at that. Blondes have more fun. I think this right here tells you what this right here was doing. It was having more fun. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do with a car like this. Heck yeah. I'm not really a Ford Lincoln kind of guy, but I'm thinking I might be. Whew. Sunroof, vinyl top that's still soft, sitting inside this place. This old girl right here, a clean up. Not gonna lie, wish it was a better color than this primer, well, what would you call it? Clear coated primer? Kind of a, but it does have the red pinstripe. That's a painted on pinstripe too. Fender's been painted. They may have got too close to the curb, hauling too much of that pimp. Next thing you know, they bumped into a Buick. The reason I know that is if you look, this is way shinier than this one. We'll shine this thing up and it'll look like $400. Now up under the hood of this monster, it's probably a 460. I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to these cars, but as big as this monster is, okay, just resort to filling the rim. Yep, right there. This is where you'll find that rattle-headed copper moccasin. Man, plenty to do under here. I mean, back here on the driver's side valve cover should be a decal that tells you what it is. Engine family. Yes, sir. Right there. Look at that. 1977 460. I bet it makes at least 200 horsepower and gets every bit of, what, 6, 7, 8, 9 miles to the gallon. But shoot. Whew. As nice as this car is, I ain't even gonna try to see if the thing turns over. Sure it would. Sure it would. But this one probably just needs a battery in it and a splash of some liquor. Yeah, it does. With that kind of 8-track in there, some Cavassier, some brandy, man, this thing be ready to rock. Well, guess we get to see, last but not least, this old Chevy in the corner. It's almost like they didn't love it as much because it's all covered in funk. It didn't even have a, well, I guess there is a car cover up front. Or it could be this was the last one that come in here and they just said, oh yeah, we'll put a car cover on it. Now, the license plate on it, to see how long it's been here, it's another one of Tennessee antique plates. So hopefully there's some kind of registration or something we can find in here. And the emblem's really, really nice. It's not all pitted up. Let's just pop a trunk while we're here. Oh, look at that. Got to have the key switch. That's how they locked it. It won't work, I think. Nope. The rope? I bet that's right. Bet you that's what it's supposed to be. Now with the roof line on this one, it's 2-door sedan. And that's because in this era, they did make a business coupe, which had a shorter quarter window in it, and the roof was kind of moved up a little bit and had a bigger, wider panel between the trunk lid and the back glass. Now this car looks to be really nice. There is a little bit of a skid mark here on the side where somebody probably curbed it up or hit something. But the paint on this one looks really nice. This era Chevy, the 49, 50, 51, 52s, I kind of struggle with. The grill will tell you what it is. Holy cow, there was something moved. Y'all see that dust? It's fine. This is all organic. It won't hurt you at all. See, look at that. Look at them spiders down there, fellas. That's plastic. There's a spider. I should kill him. I shouldn't kill him. I'm gonna let him live. But if you look at this thing, it's not all splintered up. That one's in really nice shape. This car's been parked as long as it has. I don't know if you can even buy a reproduction of those. But we're gonna pop a hood on it. If I tackle you, cameraman, on my way out, because there's rattle-headed copper moccasin. Yep, know that a little better. I'm opening that nice and slow for our safety. Time capsule in a way. Old factory air cleaner, cool looking wiring. It's not all frayed out. The motor's black. I don't think the motor's supposed to be black. I'm not afraid of a spider as long as I know where he's at. So when we dig this one out, we're gonna swing by and holler at this fella I know at Big Jim's Bug or Emporium. He like squishes and sprays and kills and terminates that kind of stuff. We just might have to do that. Look at these. That's how you can tell if this old car was firing back in the day. With it running, you just touch that and man, you feel like you've been struck by a bolt of lightning. It's because you was. Here's a battery cable. Those battery cables on it. This car is probably a stick. I wouldn't imagine it's a glide. Yep, it's a standard shift. It's got two little levers over here on the column that tells you it's a 3-speed on column. But I want to bump this or the flex fan. I'm calling it a flex fan. I'm just overly excited. It's just a standard old 4-blade fan to see. Yep, it moved a little bit. The way that one felt, it's loose. That's good. But it probably was. These old things kind of were noisy little motors, but that's fine. That's fine. Looking at it, it looks like it wouldn't take much to get going either. Bet you could file the points, put a carburetor kit in. Heck, you could probably clean that carburetor up and it'd probably run. May not be ethanol fuel friendly. Yep. Now we just need to look at the interior of it. As nice as it is out here, I bet it's pretty nice in there too. Yep. Ah, somebody put a bow tie on the seat. Now that's kind of a trend. Juicy fruit. It's gonna move you. There's some registrations in here. Right there. 3/31 of 1990. 35 years. This old car's sweet though. Whoo. Spiders don't like them. About that time one of them fall off on you in your shirt. You get the old hibby-jibby wiggly type thing going on. This guy's gonna fix it up. Look at there. There's red overspray on it. What happened was somebody painted his car and got that paint on it. And he was like, dang it, we gotta take that off, shine it back up. We can't be riding around with a red exhaust pipe. Oh gosh, come on, lights. Thank you. Well, this one's gonna need some spit shining for sure. But it's an old Chevy. I can't wait to ride in this one. A little bit of love, a little bit of termination. Oh, should I bought the keys out of the trunk? We gotta do that. Got to. Curiosity. This is the original key to the car, and it has a knockout in it. You could technically knock that center section out of there, and you could take that number, and somebody could cut this key and tell you exactly what side you need to fit the car. I think you were supposed to remove those for safety purposes. Probably been a minute since this thing had a key in it. Look at there. Ain't much in here to look at. Let's see. Y'all know what them are? I think them are battery pliers because of the way they are right there. Oh, yeah. I don't like that lump in there. Just like with that Plymouth, I want to look at the trunk pan. I want to see how nice that thing is. Just go. A little bit more. A little bit more. She is nice. Sound deadened in pieces. This old car was pretty sweet when they parked it. There's not even surface rust. Well, there's a little there. You see it coming back through. A little bit of love on this old Chevy, and she'd stand tall. Glad I remembered those. Put these back in there so I'll know where they are when I come back. So, what do you guys think about this dirty half dozen? I know these cars aren't necessarily the most sought after or even rare, but what they are is absolutely relatable. You wouldn't have to spend a whole lot of money to buy any of them and to get them back on the road. And really and truthfully, it probably wouldn't take but a weekend or two. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to take all of them, fluff them back up, spit shine them, and have them set out so that we can enjoy some time on the highway once again. Now, looking at all these, I'm really curious which one would be your first pick and which one would be your last pick. You know, the one you would like not tell anybody about. Me, I have mine, and you're just gonna have to wait to see which one it's gonna be.